go.
The bark.
The bark.
The bark. Show your voice, show your bark. Hi everyone, welcome to the second episode of The Bark. In this episode, as you saw at the beginning, we introduced to you our very own theme song. Jumping right in, last week, the 7th and 8th graders were able to go to La Vega to their retreat. There, they spent time together, they had pool time, and they also got to do a lot of activities.
Our high school students went to their service trips last week. Freshmen assisted to Hogar de Paz and then went to serve in a school in Soacha. Additionally, sophomores went to Tunja, to a retirement home where they helped the most needed. Juniors went to La Calera, and there they went to a school where they did different activities to serve the kids and brighten their day. Finally, our seniors went to a small town called Pacho, where they restored the basketball court and shared with the kids.
Amor y Amistad at ECA is finally here. To follow our yearly school tradition, the Student Council will be delivering roses today. In case you forgot to buy some for your friends or you want to get them something extra special, there will be a gift shop for you to buy nice presents. You don't want to miss it.
Also, don't forget to pay the starting fee to your class reps. Remember that the semester pass, which allows you to participate in all of the studies, only costs $5,000.
The soccer teams have been added at beating all the others. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders and staff have been competing all these weeks in order to win the soccer tournament. But one team is in the clear lead, and that's staff with 9 points and a 7-goal difference. And we have now their captain here in the bark.
Hi, Mom.
Thank you, Mr. Kwon, for joining us.
Welcome.
We have some questions for you. You have a 9 point. You have 9 points in the game. But 12th grade, which is the second team, has 6 points with a win to 10th grade, which should have been Monday, but there was paro, so it's postponed. They would basically tie you in points. Does that worry you?
No, not at all. No.
Many of the best strikers in ECA soccer team are in 12th grade.
True.
But still doesn't worry you.
Yeah, I'm confident that we'll still get into the final and that we'll be able to put up a good fight.
Okay. About your goal difference. You have 5 goal difference compared to 12th grade, which is the second team.
Yes.
Yeah? Do you think with a win, just as the one you did to get to the top, a 5-0 against 9th grade in your case, you think a 5-0 would be worrying the staff team?
No, because we can still put up the same result against 10th grade, who is talking really big, like they're going to beat us again, but I really don't know if that's going to happen. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, and in fact that was your only loss in this whole tournament until now.
That's right.
Yeah. One last question about this. 9th graders, they are the new team in this high school soccer tournament. How have you seen them act? How have you seen their reactions in this halfway that we have been in the soccer tournament?
They're a good team. They have a lot of technical skill, however, they are still getting adjusted to high school, so I think they'll be a really good team in the second half.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kwon.
Right, thank you.
This was Mr. Kwon for the Bark. Sure, they will win the soccer tournament again.
To the losers.
We made an oath.
Swear? If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back to it.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's new episode of the entertainment section of The Bark. To begin with, let me introduce the newest member of our cast, Martin Vargas.
Hey everyone.
Okay, as you probably could have guessed from the previous clips, today we will be discussing the film It Chapter 2. But before we do that, we would want to make a disclosure that in no way do Martin and I, or The Bark, encourage or discourage people to go watch the movie. With that being said, I will give a short summary of It Chapter 2 and the events from It Chapter 1 so that people have an understanding of what it was. In It Chapter 1, we were introduced to the Losers Club. The Losers Club is a group of friends who join together to fight an interdimensional being known as It or Pennywise, and in doing so, strengthen their bonds as friends. Sadly, they cannot kill It, but they merely injure him. So they promise each other that after 27 years they will come back to that town and defeat It once and for all. In Chapter 2 builds upon that previous foundation in which we were introduced to some friends, and now they are reunited after 27 years to finally tackle this great evil once and for all and defeat him.
So some pros of the movie are Bill Hader and Bill Skarsgård acting. And so Bill Skarsgård is acting as It, and it's a really convincing interpretation. And Bill Hader acts as one of the members of the Losers Club, which is like the protagonist, you could say. Something else is that it has really interesting cinematography and some very good shots from here and there. Also, there's some really emotional moments that build up and make some very great scenes. And you really like the characters, they're really relatable and likable. And some cons are that the interesting ideas aren't fleshed out enough, they just stop as soon as they start. Also that the resolution is very poor and very underwhelming, and that the scares aren't really scary at all, and the use of the jump scare is way too frequent for what it actually deserves.
Thank you, Martin. Now here on the entertainment segment of The Bark, we will have our own way to measure movies based on Martin and my personal opinions. So we will call this measure Fresh Lettuces. So our own opinion, It Chapter 2 receives a 60% on the Fresh Lettuces score. Thank you guys.